No way, man. LeBron James to the Warriors talk is heating up again, and is the long rumored LeBron and Steph pairing a reality? While multiple new reports cast serious doubts about LeBron's future in LA, with the Warriors now mentioned among the favorites to land LeBron if he were to be traded. So, in this video, I'll break down the reports, analyze exactly how a trade like this would even go down, and how this could have a surprising impact on the Jonathan Kuminga situation. But first, what's up? I'm Arthur Ballesteros. This is Warriors Digest. We bring you daily videos breaking down everything going on with the Golden State Warriors. If you're part of this percentage here who watches the videos on a regular basis, but you haven't subscribed, hit the button. It helps the channel, and you get to stay in the loop with all the free agency madness that is going down, because it is crazy and it's changing by the minute. But this was the new report out today from the New York Times outlining possible LeBron James trade fits, including the Cavs, Warriors, and Mavericks. Now, how did we even get to this point with a discussion about LeBron James being traded? Well, it all stems from a quote from his agent. Now, we know that LeBron just a few days ago opted into his player option with the Lakers for $52.2 million next year. That would make him an unrestricted agent at the end of the year. Now, lots of speculation about why the Lakers aren't trying to extend his contract, what's going on there, but the reports are that LeBron is not happy with the way the Lakers have proceeded so far in free agency and their current roster construction, despite the fact that they went out and traded for Luka Doncic. He's basically not convinced that that is enough, and that the Lakers don't have enough flexibility under the cap in order to get more pieces to make them a real championship contender. So the thing that really got people buzzing and all of this speculation going was a direct quote from Rich Paul, his agent, who said after he opted into that deal that LeBron wants to compete for a championship. He knows the Lakers are building for the future. He understands that, but he values a realistic chance of winning it all. We understand the difficulty in winning now and preparing for the future. We do want to evaluate what's best for LeBron at this stage in his life and career. He wants to make every season he has left count, and the Lakers understand that, are supportive, and want what's best for him. So this, caused all sorts of rumors to come out after that. Basically, LeBron doesn't seem happy. But is this a play to get LeBron traded out of LA, or is it a play to put more pressure on the Lakers in order to upgrade the roster around him? Well, Brian Windhorst of ESPN, he provided a little bit more insight today when he said that the Lakers and LeBron, whoever wants to spin their side of the story, I'm not sure what happened, but the Lakers and LeBron did not have discussions about extending his contract, which every team that LeBron has been on for 20-something years has wanted to have conversations about extending his contract. And what happens to expiring contracts in the NBA? Well, they're viewed as trade pieces. So very interesting here. And also, that started to lead to some speculation here, as we now have Vegas, who is putting the odds of LeBron getting traded out at plus 600 to Dallas, plus 1,000 to the Cavs, plus 2,000 to the Bucks, and the Warriors as the fourth most likely landing spot at plus 2,500. But how would a trade like this go down? Well, Kevin Pelton of ESPN, he had some interesting insights here. Now, he put out this piece of this article before LeBron opted into his contract, where he said that a sign and trade would be possible if LeBron James were to decline his player option, but that possibility is complicated by the fact that a team receiving a player via sign and trade is automatically hard capped at the lower luxury tax apron, limiting its moves to build out the roster. An opt-in and trade isn't subject to the same restrictions. So now that we know that LeBron James has opted into the contract, there's basically no restrictions here that involve salary and luxury tax apron implications here. So a very interesting wrinkle there. But Kevin Pelton goes on to say here, in regards to the Warriors specifically, he says, for example, hypothetically, the Golden State Warriors could now trade Jimmy Butler, who's starting a max extension, to the Lakers for James and Bronny James, and neither team would face a hard cap of any kind. allowing the Warriors to re-sign restricted free agent Jonathan Kuminga. So that's a whole other very interesting wrinkle to all of this that hasn't really been talked about much. So is there a world where the Warriors could trade for LeBron James and keep Jonathan Kuminga? Does that even make sense? Does it address any of the needs for the Warriors? Not really at all, but this is being discussed here by some very reputable places, including the New York Times, ESPN, all of that. So this is what the trade machine looks like here, with LeBron James going out at $52.2 million, Bronny James going out at $1.9 for Jimmy Butler, whose contract in the upcoming year is going to be worth $54.1 million. Would the Lakers want this deal? No. Could this actually go down, though? Potentially, with the major caveat of if LeBron demands that trade and if he demands that he goes to the Warriors. Now, we know that most likely if there is a scenario where LeBron ends up demanding that trade, he is going to want to pick the spot that he goes to. The Lakers would most likely oblige that. I mean, he's the greatest player ever, arguably. And I mean, I just think that they would do their best to work with him to go where he wants to go. Would he want to go to the Warriors? I mean, that's very debatable, but I mean, the New York Times in their story, they did outline the fact that James is close with two-time MVP Steph Curry, with whom he finally played with last summer when the couple paired up at the Olympics, and former Defensive Player of the Year Draymond Green. He shares an agent with LeBron, and LeBron played for head coach Steve Kerr with Team USA, and the Warriors have the lure of, well, the Warriors, which I kind of disagree with because I don't think that it's as big of a lure as it used to be several years ago, but still somewhat of a lure. But would LeBron want to pair with Steph, and does he want to destroy his legacy even further by continuing to perpetuate the ring-chasing mentality and the ring-chasing MO? I don't think so whatsoever. I don't think that anything like that actually realistically goes down. But there have been so many surprises in the NBA. Nothing would honestly shock me at this point after you look at what happened with Dame Lillard, you look at what happened with the Luka Doncic trade last year. I don't think that we can completely rule out anything. Now, could the Lakers get a better package in this deal from another team? Yeah, probably from Dallas has more to offer. The Cavs have more to offer, and there's more of an allure there in terms of pairing up with AD and Kyrie in Dallas again, or going back home to Cleveland. I mean, they do have a legitimate shot at a title even without LeBron at this stage. So I think that there are some teams who are a little bit closer to actually competing for that championship, who are a little bit closer than the Warriors that he could go to, that have more pieces to go out. But say LeBron demands he wants to go to the Warriors, this is how the money would line up. Now, I do think that the Lakers would want draft picks in return. I don't think that Jimmy Butler straight up is enough. I mean, when you look at the Lakers, and if they're going to move off of LeBron, then they are moving on to the future, and they're going to need pieces to load up in the first round there. The Warriors do have every single first round pick except their 2030. Now, you can't trade first round picks in back-to-back years, but they could offer a number of first round picks. Is that a smart move for basically a one-year rental of LeBron James for a chance at a championship? I don't think so, because I don't think that it actually would push the Warriors over the top. I mean, this is an incredibly old team already who would get even older with LeBron when you're swapping the 35-year-old Jimmy Butler for the 40-year-old LeBron. Now, LeBron still, I mean, he's putting up incredible stats. The last year, he averaged 24 points, almost 8 boards, 8 assists, hitting his threes at 37%. He still looks like he has a lot of gas left in the tank, but just so many questions around the Warriors with their health, the health of Steph Curry, all of that. So, I mean, is this a reality? I don't think so. And I don't think that many Warriors fans want this anymore. I want to hear your comments down below. If you would even want LeBron on the team, would you want a swap like this? I think that Warriors fans were tired of the LeBron to Golden State rumors. We've been plagued by them for years now. But I mean, we do know that the Warriors had significant interest in trying to get him at the deadline. The Warriors still try repeatedly to pair him with Steph. So there could be a desire there, but I just don't think that LeBron would greenlight this and would want to go to the Warriors, to a team that is aging, to a team where he's just going to continue to be ridiculed and his legacy is going to continue to be diminished as he, has trouble shaking that ring chasing stigma that has attached him his entire career. How bad would it look if he goes to the Warriors to chase another ring? I don't think that this has many legs to it. It's interesting to talk about. It's interesting to see kind of where this goes, but I think that this is really more of a play for LeBron to put pressure on the Lakers to make something happen. I just don't fully see him being traded out at this point in his career. But you let me know what you think and what your thoughts are, because, I mean, a lot of Warriors fans would love to see this. Me personally, I think I'll pass. But we'll keep you up to date if anything changes here, and we'll be back probably later in the day with other videos. There's a lot of chatter going on around Jonathan Kuminga and some interesting sign-in trades there. So make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can follow along with everything going on. And until then, I'll talk to you later. Peace.